What's up, guys? So today we are going to be installing HID kit on my 2006 Subaru Legacy GT. I'm using the Innovited HID kit, 35 watt. It's a 6000K kit. What I like about this kit is that you can get it for about 40 to 30 bucks shipped anywhere. They have great customer service, and all their kits are pretty much straight plug and play. So these kits aren't exactly like, I guess I wouldn't say like the safest or best for your car. If you wanted something more high end, I would go for like Morimoto's Elite kit. They have a wire harness and everything. That's the proper way to do it. But this is a alternative if you just want to go kind of a much cheaper route and still get a better light output and get some color. All right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pop the hood. We're gonna remove the headlights. This is the easiest way. You wanna take them out completely so you can install them securely. So there's 4 push pins right there. Those come out, and then you got push clips on the side and the corner on each side. And there's bolts on the bottom of the bumper that I just have actually zip ties right now because I'm lazy, so I just zip tie them one on each side on the bottom. So we're gonna pop these out right here. Pop the other guy. The grill's just held on by pop clips and that. Alright, that comes out. Pop that out there. Alright, get these 2 clips out. Alright, now the headlights held on by 3 bolts, 10mm bolts. So we got one inside the headlight, one on top on the corner fender, and one on the very side. Those are 3 main points of contact. I believe there's a 4th one, but I didn't put it back in. So once you get it loose, you might want to move the headlight bracket around. I do have the JDM bumper, so the headlight bracket's a little different. So I kind of you gotta kind of bend it a little bit. Try not to break it. Just be careful, just enough to get the headlight out. If you have to feel safe, remove the bolt and remove the headlight bracket out. But I was able to finagle that out. Just be careful not to pull too hard because the corner bulb there's not a lot of slack, so you want to get it just enough to just enough to get it loose where you can get your hand back there and undo the plug right there. And then once you get those out, it just should come free like that. And now you got your whole headlight assembly. So here we are. First thing we're gonna do, so the way this Subaru is wired is one harness connecting to the low beam and high beam. So we're going to access the low beam here, remove the bulb, take out the stock H7 bulb there, and you can see where it's connected. It's got those little 2-prong connector right there inside. So, and what I got to use is a hole saw. I wish I had a bigger size for this project because it was too small, enough to get a clean hole through. But yeah, when you drill it, just be careful. I wouldn't recommend this. Just be very careful when you got to hold it securely and short controlled squeeze with the drill, and it should go right through. It's just plastic. So, and then once you get that through, you got a hole there, and then install the HID bulb. Make sure it's insecure, it's tight, and now you have your wiring. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna plug the H7 harness there into that. And now this is the issue right here. So the hole saw that I had was not big enough, so I had to use a utility blade to kind of slightly trim out little pieces at a time, just to make the hole slightly larger, just enough to get that main connector through. So just be patient with it. Just cut little, like I said, little bits at a time. And it will be big enough just to get that piece through. And once you do, you get it through, you'll see here, there you go, just get enough just to squeeze it right through. And you don't want to make it too big, but you don't want it you want it to go smaller because you can trim out a little bit, because this way when you get to the rubber piece, it gives it a tighter seal. So now once you get that big one through, you can fish all the other remaining wires through. Right here, get them up through there, and now we're gonna pull, basically hold on to the rubber piece that's in there, and we're gonna pull on the wires just to close the gap for the wire slack, to make it tight as possible towards the bulb, but not too close, but just get enough to give slack. So So go to, yeah, hold on. So this, you want to leave about this much room right there. That's about how much I left. And then I'm going to put the cap on and seal it. All right, now it's nice and tight. So now you got the rubber piece right there. And what you're going to do is you're going to slightly do light little pulls around the rubber part. And then you're going to see it start kind of catch around the circle. So just kind of pull slightly and you'll see it'll start kind of sealing around where we cut. That's what I like about this design there. Look at that, just pull it out, boom, look at that. Just like that. And just do it all the way around till it's fully sealed around the circle, and there you go. And now you have a nice, pretty secure seal there, and it's all the, you know, with the cap on, there you go. Make sure it's tight, and we're good. So the ballast, there's multiple ways you can do this. I use double-sided tape. You could probably use screws if you want. I didn't have any screws small enough, so I used double-sided tape. I just used one piece. You know, I put it diagonal, and it's pretty crazy. Underneath the, you know, Legacy headlights, a Depo replica headlamp. And all you has kind of like a square cutout already, you know, just enough to fit that ballast, which is kind of cool. So I just kind of mounted it right there, you know, right within the square piece right there. And once you press it, just press firmly and hold it for a little bit. Press hard, and it should have a good stick. Just add some pressure there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And once you get it down, set her down a little bit. You know, push down just slightly, just to kind of add more pressure. Now we're going to get to the connectors. So we're going to connect. These are the headlight connectors to the headlight bulb itself. And this red connector here, this one plugs into the ballast. So this is basically when you turn your headlight switch, this will send the signal to the ballast to ignite the bulb, and then the signal will come up from the ballast to the bulb and ignite the bulb, all within the headlamp. Once everything's plugged in, we're going to go ahead and kind of clean up the wire a little bit. Can't really do much. You could probably clean it up really nicely if you want, like use zip ties and reroute the wire, but I just got it just enough to keep it all in one place there. All right, now we're ready to install. So I don't recommend you bolting it up real quick. Just kind of connect the main harness up front first and test fire the headlights first. And then after you confirm that everything's working, then, you know, mount everything and connect everything. Yeah, so get that in there. All right, now we're going to test fire here. So now the first time I did this, this is the HID on the left side, and it kind of comparison to the halogen side. And when I did it, when I did it the second time, let's see, the second time here, as you can see, I fired it up and the driver's side did not come on. So this happened before. Usually this issue is easily fixable. It's because the connector that goes to the ballast, usually you just have to reverse it. So in this case, that's what was the issue. So I turned it off, rechecked the connection, and if you look in here, this red connector right there, I just had to switch it. Now, normally the side I always put it on is where it's got the little triangle piece up top where it clips in, but sometimes you just have to reverse them, and that's it. And that fixed it. So now they're both working, and now good.